Indian economy is slightly away from exporting the goods. Broadly, our exports are in services, especially to US. And that's where what are the current tariff-related activities, in a way, don't touch us as much as it would touch, say, China or any other ASEAN country. And that's where I think India is resilient. On top of that, India has its own growth momentum due to its high-tech nature of the economy and also the demographics, which is very young. So it's able to produce more on the higher side, but also consume more. And that's where there is an internal demand of things, which of course is partly met by the imports. But recently, India has also started exporting even iPhones and Samsung phones and many other things which are high-tech of nature. And also now even chip manufacturing companies are going to start production this year. So a lot of high-tech manufacturing is now moving away from China for a variety of reasons. And India seems to be finding a good ground in that area also. Overall, what has happened with UK yesterday in terms of the free trade agreement, if you would have seen President Trump's interactions on India about yesterday, saying that the free trade agreement seems to be very close. So if this too happens, already a UK agreement has happened. And if US agreement happens, probably it would be first time in India's independent India's history that we would have, in a way, free trade agreement with two large Western nations. And that would give us a good fillip going forward over the next 10, 20, 30 years.
You just released your earnings numbers, and the issue is a fall in volumes and trading revenue, which was down by 14%. Do you think that that is going to worsen from here, or could it stabilize in future quarters?
In a way, SEBI had a perception about over speculation in the markets over last several years, and they took very stringent measures to reduce the trading volumes in the derivatives market, which was giving us a lot of revenues. And that's where we have seen a large drop in our options volume specifically. And that's where you have seen some degrowth in terms of the overall revenues, which we observed last quarter. At the same time, in April, we have seen some green shoots because over the last 6 months, even Indian markets were not doing so well. And that's where some portion of the degrowth was due to the SEBI measures, but some portion of degrowth was also because market was not doing so well. Now that market has started doing well, we have seen some green shoots in the month of April and May. So it remains to be seen how it works out.
It's a very important point, Ashishkumar. And yesterday we saw Ather Energy listing, the third biggest IPO in India so far this year. There has been something of a IPO drought. Do you think that the picture will change in FY26?
In a way, I think we sometimes in media we lurch from the parching to the drought kind of a situation. So last year, for information, more than 268 IPOs happened in calendar year 24, with the NSE being the largest IPO collector in the world at $19.6 billion for the equities IPO. And overall, we raised more than $208 billion for REITs, InvITs, commercial paper, debentures, and many other things. So effectively, India is a very vibrant capital markets with huge amount of growth. And that's where when you look at 268 IPOs vis-a-vis this year's probably 20-30 in the first quarter, we may think it's a drought. But overall, for any country will give an arm and a leg for that kind of numbers on IPO. At the same time, India is a country on the move. It's growing very fast. And that's where I think we are going to see many more IPOs. Yesterday, as you said, Ather Energy's listing is an indication. And many more companies are in the pipeline.